revisiting my family military identity in relation to the Bruno Mars song Grenade. Today's Wednesday, 13 May 2026 AD, and here I, Tanis Sheeher of Seattle, revisit my family military identity, specifically in relation to my perspective on the Bruno Mars song Grenade, past and present. So this was an interesting song. It was one of the songs that, so above me in my family tree, like generation above me, a family member was in the Marines, and above that I had a family member in the Navy, and then a family member in the Army and Navy Reserves. And so this song came out, and it was a weird, it was like, no, you know, and when it came out, and partially it was just like there's like this symbolic meaning of a grenade, and then there's an actual grenade, and then there are Tanis grenades. Is this a Tanis grenade? You know, dark chocolate Reese's miniatures, and people go, oh, but like you gotta have just the plain Reese's, and I'm like, I'm going dark chocolate today, you know. So it was an interesting one because it was a really big hit when it came out. It was one that like people like to sing. It, you know, it had good beat and that kind of stuff, and I deliberately avoided it, in part because it had a grenade is something that's a small explosive device used in military settings, and so it was kind of like, I'm okay without this one. And I liked enough Bruno Mars stuff that I was like, I can be picky and choosy with what Bruno Mars music I like. So that was kind of back then. And then now, I'm more okay with the song than I used to be. However, I am also like, if I were to be in the military, I would be cautious. I don't quite know. I feel like my perspective about the song could be a bit like a grenade. I don't quite know how it's gonna go. If I pull the pin out, does it explode? Is it a dud and nothing happens? Like, so there's a little bit of like, maybe a phrase would be treading lightly in terms of like, I'm gonna be cautious there. A note to self of going too far. Yeah, so I'm having a little, for this video, a grenade from my pot of gold. You know, each Reese's miniature. Does it take on, it can be a plain miniature, or it can have symbolic meaning in this case. My Tanis Gillespie, this Tanis Gillespie pot of gold. Yeah. This is like, there we go. I'm cautious about it presently, which is an improvement from the past, or I kind of deliberately was like, I will choose other Bruno Mars stuff over this one. Now I'm kind of like, that's fine, but I'd also be like cognizant of how the meaning could change if I were to serve or not, right? That it could be a bit volatile, like the item the song is invoking as a like symbol. Anyway, so there we go. That's revisiting my family military identity in relation to the Bruno Mars song Grenade.